If you are afraid being seen as a light worker in your gifts and in the way that your soul desires you to be seen, then this video is for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Salo and I help lightworkers, starseeds, priestesses and leaders to remember their true selves. And I do so inside of my school of remembrance, where I walk people through different levels of consciousness that mirror the ascension pathway. And this helps people to truly embrace their gifts, their purpose, remember their power, and to create the life they are meant to create in this lifetime. And today I want to talk about the fear of being seen. This is something that every single light worker has, and I think that the majority of people have this fear as well. And so why are we afraid of being seen, and how can we change it? This requires much deeper inner work. I work on this kind of theme and topic throughout all the levels of my School of Remembrance, especially in my spiritual leadership program. But I wanted to give you some kind of ways or tools how to start shifting it for yourself. So first of all, what does it mean being seen? When you are being seen, you are truly being seen in your purest energy. Now this energy can look somehow differently for you than for me, than for someone else. It's always unique to you. But what happens is when you are fully seen, you are seen in your purest form. And this is so essential to understand. We think that when we are being seen, it's like us as we are. But when you are truly being seen in that unrestricted form, it's your purest self that shines through you. And so what happens is that our ego, and it's related to past lives, it's related to all kinds of things, but for simplicity, let's call it the ego, is actually afraid to be seen. It's not your soul. Your soul is okay with being seen. Your soul is like, let's shine, let's radiate our inner light. Let's amplify this energy. Because like nature is visible, the universe, everything is visible, everything is being seen, everything that is of true value is being seen, and everything that comes from some fear or ego is hiding, it's not being seen. And so when you are afraid of being seen, it's not like the totality of you is afraid to be seen, it's just this one small part of you, which we can just call the ego. And the ego is afraid to be seen because what would happen if you were seen in the way you are meant to? Just think about it, pause for a while and imagine yourself being seen, visible, in the way that you truly feel it in your heart. Which part of you freaks out? What's happening energetically? Now, if you are afraid to be seen, it's likely the ego in you which doesn't feel ready to be seen because of something. And this is very individual, right? This is like where it's difficult to give like general guidance on it. But I can give you some examples of what I have seen in my clients. I remember one client who is so gifted, so amazing person. And he was afraid to be seen because actually being seen would amplify his exhaustion. So he has those gifts, but before he joined my School of Remembrance, he was operating from energy of exhaustion. And subconsciously you know that if you create something from exhaustion, it's not your soul's energy moving through, right? There's lots of ego in it. And it's not pure energy. And so subconsciously he was afraid that if he is seen, that exhaustion will be seen as well. I hope it makes sense. Then of course you work on it and so on, but this is just an example. Or another client who was afraid to be seen because then she would be seen in her power. And she actually is a very powerful woman, but she needs to embrace it. And so she was afraid subconsciously, if she's being seen, that perhaps, she's not ready to be in her power yet. And that's what we worked on. And so there's some aspect in you that is afraid that if you were seen, that some kind of thing, some limiting belief, some pattern would be amplified and seen as well. So this is the first thing to look at. Another thing to look at is if you are afraid of being seen, there is something that you are not seeing and recognizing in yourself. So this is the beautiful stuff, right? This is where your soul is. You are not likely recognizing and seeing some aspect of your soul. So it can be you are not recognizing and seeing your inner strength, your power, the impact you have on other people, the reality you are here to create. You are not claiming something for yourself. You are not seeing yourself correctly. You are mostly seeing the ego, but it's still subconscious. There's also hidden stuff, right? Because it doesn't want to be seen fully. And you are not seeing the soul level of you who is here to transform your life. So what is it that you are afraid of seeing, or you are not fully claiming, recognizing in yourself? Work with it. If you learn to embrace it and you let it shine through you just like a star is shining, radiating light, there is no fear in it at all. It will all dissipate because that fear came from the ego. And what happens when you are fully radiating your soul's light is that your ego cannot control you anymore, and people's egos cannot control you either. Just think about it for a while. When you fully shine, when you fully, let's say, embrace your inner strength, whatever it is that you are here to tap into, and you move in that pure energy, there's that God's energy moving through you, then like all this ego, all that littleness, all these games, all these things that wants to stay hidden, they are just not important anymore. They cannot control you. The ego cannot control the pure energy of your soul and God. It just can't. And so if you are in that pure energy, then people lose their influence on you. They are not able to manipulate you. They are not able to control you. And also your own ego is not able to control you. So what happens is that you just become the vessel for the divine energy. It moves through you and your ego gets out of the way. And you are just an extension of your soul and God, doing whatever it is you are designed to do here based on your original design. So think about it this way. This is truly important. Are you perhaps afraid of being seen because there's this level of potency, this magnitude, where you are no longer being controlled by the ego, be it your own or someone else's? Are you able then to fully show up in this world in the way that you're supposed to? Feel in those energies, play into them, contemplate those things. And the last thing, this is like a technical, practical, so I left it as the last thing to consider, is that when you are fully being seen, you may not have some kind of structures in your life. So if you are fully seen, let's say as a healer or a light worker, maybe you don't have the structures that would be able to support you when a bigger volume of people finds you and your work. This is an example. You may not have some kind of foundation or structure otherwise in your life to support your energy. So also look at those structures. What structures are missing for you? So imagine that you are fully seen and what feels shaky. And focus on building those foundations in yourself. So these are my tips, and if you want to dive deeper, join my School of Remembrance. We truly work on this on any level, and especially in spiritual leadership if you feel it's time for you to embrace that. And if you like this video, please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to let me know you like this type of content so I can continue creating more. And I see you next time.